Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about the good, the bad, the thriving, and the dying plants in our collection. And we try to learn the best way to grow our plants so that they grow the way we want them to grow. And yeah, they don't die. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So today, we're just going to do a nice sit-down chat type of video. And we're going to discuss the plants that I don't like, the plants that don't like me, and yeah, that's what this video is going to be, because I have a list, and yeah, there's some plants that I really would love to be able to grow, but I can't. They don't make it. And then there are some plants I don't understand why other people buy, because I don't see the appeal to them. But to each their own. This is just my list. You're welcome to discuss in the comments the plants that you like, don't like, which plants you agree with me or don't agree with me on, as well as give me some tips for the plants that I really like but don't like me. So, to start off, we're going to start off with the fiddly fig. I hate it. I hate it. I don't understand why people buy it. From what I've heard, it's also very hard to grow, and it's finicky. And the people who can grow it really well, it grows very large very quickly, and it's like it's a tree in your house, which I mean some people are into. That's great, but I'm not a fan of the shape of the leaves. I don't know, and it's like more of like an upright tree where like you can't even almost see the leaves unless it's like drooping and not happy. So I don't appreciate the fiddly fig as much as others do. So I don't know. They're also sometimes expensive, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't buy one, but it is what it is. Okay, the next genus, we're just gonna go with the genus of plants that I do not know, I don't like. I'm not sure if it's just the specimens I've seen, but they are anthuriums. I don't like how they grow. They're climbing, right? But then they send out these long petioles with like the leaves are very pretty and they're nice and big, and that's cool. I like the leaves. But it's like the long petioles, and like it just takes up so much like space. And then I feel like they also can go dormant in the winter and die back, and I don't know, those plants are just, I don't know. I mean, if you want like a temporary plant, you know, a plant that dies back in the winter and goes dormant is a plant for you. But I don't want that. I don't want to have to worry about whether or not the plant is gonna come back. Any plant that has died back that was in like some type of bulbous root system or anything like that has never come back for me. So the second the plant dies back, I know it's probably not coming back. So I wouldn't try an anthurium. I don't think I've ever had an anthurium in my collection. No, I definitely haven't. And they're also they are expensive. And a lot of them kind of look the same. I know there's a couple, like the pendant anthurium is like a long strappy leaf, and YouTube channels that focus on anthuriums, they have all these anthuriums, and a lot of them just look the same. They'll be like, oh, the little lobes here are different than this one. I'm like, I don't see the difference. Maybe it's an in-person difference that doesn't translate through the camera. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll try an anthurium and it'll change my mind, but right now, no, not interested. To kind of piggyback on the anthuriums and them going dormant or sometimes dying back in the winter, the next genus that I dislike, and I've actually had a few plants in my collection, are alocasias. I don't know. They start off lush, happy, whatever. I bring them home when I did purchase them, and then the leaves slowly dwindled down until they were in the 1-leaf or 2-leaf club. Then they eventually went to the 1-leaf club, and then they were in the no-leaf clubs, and then they just were dead. They never came back. I don't know what you're supposed to do with the bulbs after it dies back. Do you not water it? Do you water it normally? I don't know. I would get like, so like, what are you doing? And I dig up the bulb, and you know, half the time it was rotted and gone, or the other half it's still there, so I would put it back in, but then it never came back. And I would just have this empty pot of dirt. And yeah, it's not it. Yeah. I am envious of the people who can grow alocasias into these big, beautiful, full plants, but it's not for me. No. All right, so the next plant genus I'm going to talk about, or genus that I'm going to talk about is actually a plant that doesn't like me. I do like them, but I'm not successful in growing them. And those are Syngoniums, or the arrowhead plant. I have tried so many times. I will say I'm not a fan of how they look when they trail. They get kind of like scraggly, and I don't know. I think I would like the Syngoniums like growing up, like trellising up a wall or on a trellis or something like that. I think those would look really cool. But I kill them. I guess I overwater them, because I think the last one I had like melted, so that was an overwatering issue. And yeah, so that plant doesn't like me. I did just get a wet stick cutting from Kristen at the Garden Hoe of a mottled variegated Syngonium, so I'm excited. Hopefully that will grow and put out some leaves, and I will finally figure out how to grow Syngonium so they stop hating me. But until that is a success, I'm not going to buy any other Syngonium, just because it's a waste of money for me, because the plant just dies. So yeah. The next group of plants that I feel like has been becoming more popular are the caudex types of plants, like the potatoes that like will shoot out a stem and like 5 leaves, and that's it, and you know, then it dies back, and then you gotta wait till the next spring. And I don't like the plants that die back. I'm not interested in having a potato. If I wanted a potato, I'd have a potato. I don't get the appeal of those plants. Even when they do grow, they're not like a lush full plant. It's like, you know, a stem and like 5 leaves, and the leaves look cool. They're usually round and they look pretty, but I don't know. I'm not into like a sparse looking type of plant. I don't know. I want more of a full lush plant that lives throughout the year and, you know, continues to grow. So the caudex plants are not for me. No potatoes, please. All right, so the next grouping of plants that I dislike with a passion are the nerve plants. So those are like Phoetonias. I think the polka dot plants, I'm not 100% sure. And the zebra plants. I've had this plant for a couple of years now. It's never is happy. I give it so much water. I give it so much attention. I've cut it back. It's grown back. I mean, it's pretty when it's like full and happy, but it also requires a lot of direct light. And I have a lot of grow lights in my apartment. So like, you should not look like this. I did just give it some water yesterday. I probably need some more water because it's a nerve plant. I think what I'm going to do with this plant is, I think I'm going to take it out of the pot and out of the soil and just grow it, or try to grow it as a water plant. And maybe it will look better. It'll be happier. I've done that with the alocasias, and those look great compared to when I was growing them in soil. So maybe that will do it for this plant, and it will go back to its beautiful glory days of being a nice full plant. It does continue to grow. So it is like growing, and it's not dying, although the bottom leaves will eventually crisp up and fall off. You know. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do with this plant, because this is not doing it for me, and I'm kind of over it. If this plant decides to croak when it's in water, I'm not going to be sad about it. Probably be relieved. If I could just throw out a plant that was still alive, this one would be gone. It would be. but I can't. For whatever reason, I'm like, you're still alive. All right, here's some water. Here's some fertilizer. You can still take up this space on my shelf. Sure, not a big deal. Whatever. But, yeah. Prefer if you would get your act together, zebra. All right. All right, so the next plant I want to talk about are Calatheas. I don't have any. I don't think I've ever had one. I know that they are humidity-loving plants, and I don't have any humidity providing apparatuses in my environment, in my apartment, to grow Calatheas. So although they are beautiful, they would hate me, so I don't buy them. Yeah. But if one day I did move to like a nice tropical area and there was humidity and, you know, sunlight, I would possibly think about getting a Calathea and just seeing how it grows. I'm not a fan of bushy plants like my bush type philodendrons. They're there. I'm not gonna throw them out because I can't throw out plants. It's a problem. But they're not my favorite. I'm not gonna buy another bush-like type of plant, but maybe like one Calathea. Maybe they have like a type of Calathea that's more of like a climber, or it's more of a vertical Calathea than like a bush out Calathea. I don't know. I don't know enough about Calatheas because I can't grow them, so I don't bother to learn about them. But yeah, if you know a Calathea that's more vertical or a climbing type of Calathea, if those exist, let me know in the comments below. All right, so the next grouping of plants that we're going to talk about are palms. I hate them. I don't see the appeal to them. The sago palm, the parlor palm, the cardboard palm, they look kind of like the ZZ plant to me, with like obviously different fronds and stuff like that, or different leaves, not fronds. But they just, I don't know, they're more of like, I don't know, I don't like how they look. They remind me of the character from The Simpsons, the guy, oh, what is his name, with the blue hair, who tried to kill Bart. You know, they kind of grow up and then like poof, the hair is all out like that. Yeah, that's what those parlor palms remind me of. And they also need like a lot of light, like a lot of direct light, and I know that they don't do well in like a home environment, and where I live I can't keep plants outside year long, so I wouldn't bother buying a plant that I can't keep alive year long. So the palms are out. Not interested. They look good in your home. They're not going to be in my home. All right, so talking about fronds, ferns. I like them. I actually do like them. Certain ones, like some of them, like the kangaroo fern, I'm like, this is, it's not for me. But like the maidenhair fern and the more lush types of ferns look really nice. But they require a lot of humidity, a lot of watering. And I had one fern that survived for almost a year. And it was in terracotta. I'm not sure how I kept it alive in terracotta, but I did. And then I moved up here, and it's a lot drier and colder up here. And it quickly died. Crisped up and was gone. So I don't know. I like the Boston ferns. I think they look really pretty on porches and stuff. So maybe again, if I moved to a more like humid area, I would get one. They also get really big really quick. So like I would need space to grow those out to their full potential, because like what's the point of having a plant if you're not trying to grow it? So yeah, but maybe I would start off with like a baby fern and then see how long and how big I can grow that plant when I have the space and the humidity conditions to grow a fern successfully. But yeah, no ferns for me. The next two plants, I'm just gonna combine these two because they don't look the same, but they remind me, they feel the same to me. I don't know how to explain that, but it's the Schefflera and the money tree plant. The money tree plant I've killed multiple times. I give up. I think it's because it's more of like a caudex-y type of plant. I'm not good at those types of plants. And the Schefflera, I don't really like how the growth pattern is. I don't like how the leaves come out in like these little like weird like elongated teardrop drop shapes, and how, you know, I guess the umbrella look, right? The Schefflera, it's like the umbrella plant. I'm not a fan of it. I don't, even the variegated version, I don't like it. I don't know. I also feel like they're not easy to take care of. I think my sister had a Schefflera plant, and it quickly went downhill very fast. So yeah, I'm just not those plants. I see them in the stores and on shopping videos, you know, shop with me, big box stores, and I'm just like, move on. Nobody, not interested in the money tree plant or the Scheffleras. Just my opinion, you know. Some people have them in their huge plants and they look really good, but I don't know. I'm not ready for a tree type plant in my house. I don't know. I'm not ready for that. I'm not sure if I'll ever be ready for that. So yeah, they're just not for me. So the next type of plants I think I've spoke about before are the Rex Begonias. I don't really like how they grow, the rhombinous ones, right? Like the Rex Begonias. I don't know. They're more of like a bushy type or a shrub-like of a plant. I don't know. They also send out long, like almost flimsy petioles, and then, like, you know, you can have like the really big leaves or small leaves depending on the begonia you have. The colors are very pretty. I will say that the coloring of the Rex Begonias, and I would love to have like just a display of all the different kinds of leaves without actually having to take care of the Rex Begonia. It's just not, I don't like how the rest of it grows. Like if I could just have one leaf of each begonia in like a little display, and then that's it. You know, that one leaf lives, it doesn't grow any other leaves. I would do that. That would look really cool. But that's not how plants are. They want to grow. They will grow if you water them and feed them. So yeah. They also need a lot of humidity. Again, I don't have that. They do well when I'm at home during the summer because it's more humid, but the second it becomes winter, they crisp up and dry up and are gone. So yeah, Rex Begonias are not for me. The cane begonias, on the other hand, I really like. I very much like them. I think those grow beautifully. I love how they grow. I love also how you can like kind of trim them back and they'll just resprout from the stem. I really like that. So yeah, cane begonias only, please. All right, so the next plant I want to talk about is the Dieffenbachia, or the dumb cane. I feel like you're either a Dieffenbachia lover or an Aglaonema lover. You can be both, you know, I'm sure people are, but I'm team Aglaonema all the way. I think they're easier to water propagate and to grow as plants in water. I've tried the Dieffenbachia in soil and water. They just melt, they rot. I also am not a fan of actually how they grow. I just think like the stemming of how it grows is just unappealing to me. I do like how the alocasias will grow and kind of make like a little stem and you'll see the rings. And I don't know, I like that aesthetic more than the Dieffenbachia aesthetic. I don't know. I also think the Aglaonema has more color varieties and just more variety than Dieffenbachia. I could be wrong. I only know a handful of types of Dieffenbachia. They're not really that big on YouTube and in the stores, so I only see the few that the big box stores have. So I don't know. But yeah, team Aglaonema for me. Dieffenbachias can go. Not interested. Okay, and the last plant I want to talk about is controversial. It just is. That is the Monstera deliciosa. I actually have one. It's at home. They are very resilient. I haven't watered that plant in like 6 months. It's still alive. I don't know how. It just is. It was like pushed into a corner, barely getting any light. It's a smaller, not a small plant, but it's a smaller plant. There aren't any fenestrations yet on the plant. And it's still alive. I recently put it into my grow tent because, again, it's alive, it's trying. So I can't throw you out. Although I don't know, maybe if I grow it up a trellis, I'll like it more. Again, it's like more of like the bushy type of plants. I'm not into them. So maybe if I trellis it up, give it a pole or something, I will like it more. Maybe once the leaves do get larger and they have the fenestrations, I will magically love the plant as everybody else does. But for right now, not interested. I kind of just don't even look at them, or I don't even see them when I walk into a store and there are a whole bunch of them. I don't even see them. I just walk right past them. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if somebody else wants it, maybe I can pawn that plant off to my sister if she wants it. I don't know, because I don't want to take care of it either. Like, when I don't like a plant, like, I will give you water, I will fertilize you, but I don't want to. So, yeah, I don't know. Alrighty, guys, so those are my plants that I dislike, plants that dislike me, and my reasonings. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree or disagree. If you have any tips for the plants that I really like to grow, or I want to grow but don't want to grow for me, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, this is plant life. There are just some plants you don't like, and it's okay. We don't all have to like the same thing. Imagine if we did, how boring that would be. There'd be like one flavor of like everything, and like there'd be no variety in life. So yeah, these are the plants I don't like me. Let me know in the comments your opinions. And until next time, relax, plant, and peace out.